Hello everyone and welcome to my first draft of New Capenna. This is best of three traditional draft, and I have done a couple of drafts before recording this, so I'm not totally new to the set, but I'm still very much in the learning phase. Here we have a pretty decent rare, the Park Heights Pegasus 2/1 Trampler and Flyer for 2 mana is totally above the curve in limited, and there's a nice ability that sometimes might even draw your card. I wouldn't rely on drawing cards from this too often. I think I'll take it. I like the uncommon, which can gain death touch to you or your team. I mean to itself or its team. The charms are all pretty decent, and the golden uncommons with all three colors are really good too. But I take the 2-color card. Civil Servant, if I'm very lucky, would come back to me, but I don't think it can be that likely. Okay, let's take the rare and move on. I won't be able to discuss every card now because it's there's not enough time to do that. But I think it was a pretty obvious first pick in that pack because this is only 2 colors. This basically gives you well, green white, or then if you go to 3 colors, green white blue, and of course blue white, green white and red are the options in that case. But I will try to keep, I'll take of course the best cards, but if there's no clear best card, I will try to keep myself to green and white for now. Alright, so this is the steel creature thing. Nightclubber is quite good, but green, white, black isn't a thing. I'm not sure if I'm willing to take that. It's a decent card, but not like always the best thing. The prize fight is okay. Removal. I do like the strong arm, but maybe not right now. The fixer is quite good. I could be anything at this point in draft. The charm is nice, but I think because this is totally, not compatible with my first pick, I will take the prize fight now. Try to see if green will be open, and I will able to use the prize fight. Alright, so cleanup crew is pretty decent. I don't like to rob the archives. I think this is just worse than the similar card from a prior set. The Reckless Impulse, was that the name? Because this doesn't give you the time to play the cards until your next turn. You have to play it on this turn, or if you... No, this is a sorcery, so yeah, on this turn. Alright, anyway, the cleanup crew is pretty interesting. I do like the kill shot somewhat, but it's still a pretty situational card. It's better in best of 3, which this draft is, because you can sideboard it in or out depending on your opponent. But yeah, I think the 6-drop with multiple good options is the clear choice now that I'm trying to be green here. There was not a prize fight, but there's there are some diminishing returns to how many of prize fight style removal spells you want to run. You don't want to be stuck with 2 of these in your hand with no creatures on the battlefield, for instance. Alright, Knockout Blow is pretty good. The 3-mana version of this spell is definitely, a limited, a reasonable limited card, but sometimes you get to cast this for 1 and it's amazing. So yeah, and this also works on attacking or blocking creatures, so it is also usable in an offensive situation, which cannot be said for the kill shot, was it? The destroy target attacking creature. Alright, anyway, that is pretty easily to pick. I like the Riveter's Requisitioner quite a bit, but if I can, I will stick to green-white here, and the Knockout Blow is just pretty darn good. Alright, what's this? Scry 1, second creature gives you a card. Okay, well, it is a 3-mana 2/1, which is, miserable stats for the mana. And it's also a double caster, which is a significant cost as well. So it's not a great, 1 white for a 2/1. It's not great, but then again, if you get 1 card out of this, it's gonna be worth it, and then all the scries you're gonna get, which is gonna be a lot easier than drawing a card, are gonna be nice as well. I don't think the Bio Silence is that amazing. I might play 1, but it's not a high peak or anything. The Luxurious Libation, I'm not sure yet if I'm really, into that kind of a citizen. I don't have any citizen. Yeah, I think I'll take the Gatherer, but the pump spell, while inefficient in terms of how much mana it takes, it is still flexible because it is an X spell, and the fact you get token always. You can just, if there is a target on the battlefield, you can get a 1/1 token for 1 mana also. But it does require some creature you can target to be able to cast it. Anyway, I do like that card, but I take the Rumor Gatherer now. And now I will definitely try to, I have 2 cards that, reward me from getting 2 creatures entering the battlefield during a turn. I like these tricks. I'm not sure if this deck wants to have a 4-mana 1/4. Probably not. I think I'll take the Pump spell, but the Boon of Safety is totally fine too. Alright, this is the Pacifism variant, strictly worse than a Pacifism, but Pacifism is it's decent in limited. This is not the worst variant. I mean, you will get your card back even though the opponent can free the creature at some point, but 7 mana sorcery speed activation is of course a lot, so sometimes this just function as a straight up pacifism. So am I gonna take that or the high rise Sojak? I think the green-white deck is probably a little bit more aggressive, so I don't know if I care about this defensive thing too much. I'd take the pacifism. I can just, get rid of a blocker, and of course, or if there's a problematic attacker, that works too. Alright, so I would be interested in lands that get me a plains and a forest, but this one doesn't, so probably not. The Revelation of Power is pretty mediocre. I prefer the 1-mana trick here because I'm not necessarily a counter deck that much. I take the Broken Wings. It's a totally reasonable sideboard card, and this is a traditional draft. Right, so now I can take the Strong Arm here. Yeah, I didn't get the 2-drop back. There was I think the 2/3 for green-white was in the pack, but I'm happy to get the Strong Arm. I think the Bleach option is more interesting than the 5-mana option, but of course it's good to have them both available. Yeah, it's an easy pick now. And there's another Strong Arm there. Okay, Master's Charm came back. There's also a Jet Miss Fixer. What does that mean? No one is... Well, I don't know if I have so many green and white cards here. I don't really think I can move to... I mean, if I'm playing red, it's gonna be a splash, so not really gonna work with this thing. So I'll just take another Strong Arm. Not sure if I'm gonna run 2 of those, but I think that's what I'm doing here. And here I probably take this, mostly because it's a pretty unexciting 2/2 for 2, but it is a citizen, and that can matter for this color combination. And this is definitely, as a 2 for 3, it's just worse stats. So I'd rather have this thing stats wise. Alright, so here, don't think too much of these things matter. Okay, I got the Bio-Silence pretty late, and this is, I think, this is not such an amazing card, so it's not a surprise it's such a late peak there. Alright, so what do we have in here? There's a patch up, so basically if you have some really good 3-drops that you want to use again, or if you have 1-drops, but 1-drops are not that common, so I mean to play them, so I don't think this is gonna be that good, because so far it seems like it's gonna get back me a 2-drop, and I don't want to get paid 3 mana for that. Alright, so Cabaretti Charm, that would be maybe worth splashing. This pack is also quite weak for me. I mean, for green-white. Killshot is still something I wouldn't mind having in my sideboard, but I'm not going to first pick it now. This can get me a forest and a plains, but I think I'll take the fixing. I'll take the charm now. Also the third mode is quite good for my 2 cards that care about multiple creatures entering. So yeah, I'll take that now, and if I get enough mana fixing to get the red splash work without me hurting my mana base, I'll do that. Now, this is an interesting one. First of all, I don't think I need a hold for ransom in here. I have one of them, that's good for now. Take to the streets. Oh yeah, this is the kind of a citizen payoff, but I don't think I have too many of them. Yeah, 2 out of 6, and then I guess some tokens. No, I'm not taking these now, but I'm thinking about mana fixing. It's one of these, but it could even be the courtyard over the ring and the proving ground, because this gets me anything. Cycling is nice. I don't need the black, but it's basically green-red as is this, but this gets me anything. I think it's worth it. It's quite funny because... Well, I think I'll take it. So this is... did I make a mistake? Mountain, forest, plains. No, this gets me all I need in case I'm going to splash for red, which is not actually sure yet. But we'll see. Alright, so this is Plains, Island, Swamp. Nope. This initiate, double strike for 3 mana. It would be nice if this had more than 1 power. Okay, well, it's pretty easily the overseer. This is just a ridiculously good 3-drop for a common especially. Let's take it. There's not really much to, you know, there's not much of a decision there when you get an inspiring overseer. It's such an easy pick always when you are in white. Alright, so what do we have here? I don't care about black or blue cards, so not gonna be any of that. There is this Alliance 2-drop. It's not a citizen, sadly. Although I don't think I care about having citizens currently. So I suppose I take that because I'm not... Oh, I'm gonna splash for red maybe, but I don't know if I want to take a Ready to Rumble. Probably not. So the Paragon of Modernity is... very slow. I think I'll take the 2-drop for now. Not sure if I like it too much. Alright, so... come on, give me something good. This is actually quite bad pack 2 for me. So the parcel is very slow fixing. I'm not even sure if I'm going to play this red card because I have only 1 red card. I don't think this is worth the splash. Maybe I'll take the Swordjack now. How my curve looks like? I don't have any force. I guess I can take the 3-drop. Alright, let's take it. And then there is a cut your losses. Well, this is just bad. I mean, even if I was blue, I wasn't gonna pick it. Right, yeah, my colors absolutely are not open to this direction. So am I going to take a patch up in case I get something amazing that I want to? If I get some 1-drops, but I have no, because getting 2 creatures back would be nice for a couple of my cards, but I don't think I'm going to play the parcel though. So I'll just take the patch up. I guess I could have taken the rare for 20 gems, but I mean, I'm not there yet. I'm not getting 20 gems from rares now, but eventually it will be a 20 gems when I fill the set. Alright, Mountain Forest. Well, this does splash, enable the red splash. And there's nothing else for me. A Halo Scarab. Not exactly interesting. I'll take this for now if I splash the red. And give me something good. Okay, did I see these earlier in the draft? I mean, Capenna Express is something that's... I'm not exactly a treasure deck, so this won't be... I will have to tap creatures or a creature usually to crew this. I think it's early enough in the draft. If I find another Throng, I might play 2 of them. Alright, and here this is just totally a miserable pack too. Well, I don't care about the life. I'll take another Swordjack here, but I hope the pack 3 will be definitely a lot better. Now, do I want to have the Gilded Pinions? I have 1 Broken Wings in my sideboard. Do I really need a second one? I don't think. So this could be interesting if I'm an aggressive deck. I want to just make someone fly. This is very expensive to play and equip, but I guess you can use a treasure token for the equip cost, so it's basically... Oh, I got this one. This is good. I think I'm gonna play it if I have 2 of them, and will pick any further copies pretty high. Alright, so here nothing matters. Yeah, so basically if you don't need a treasure for anything else you can just, you know, virtually have the first equip be just 1 mana, in a sense. Alright, so there's a mythic rare. I'm still completing the set, and picking mythic rare is of course the way to make it actually faster to complete the set. So the Ballroom Brawlers is, I think, the easy pick here. It's quite good. It doesn't give you evasion though, and this deck might be more interested in evasion rather than a first strike or a lifelink ability. And also a 3/5 for 5 is a good blocker, but not really that good of an attacker. So I think I just talked myself to just pick the mythic rare. This is only for set completion purposes, so if I didn't care about the rares, I would take the Ballroom Brawlers here. But now I'll take the mythic rare for my set completion. And as if you're not aware, I won't be red drafting irregular rares because, you know, they are very easy to complete when you are going for full mythics completion. So I don't have to red draft regular rares, but I will most of the time pick mythic rares just to, you know, get those filled. All right, so here another inspiring overseer. The Skycryer is, you know, interesting, but this is just too good to pass up. I have a lot of 3s. Oh, the Jewel Thief is also really good. it is really good. If I was more interested in my splash enabling, I might take it for the treasure token, but this time I'll just take the thing that draws me an actual card. Alright, Darling of the Masses. Now this is good stuff, because I was also interested in the Venom Connoisseur, but I am going to take the Darling here. First of all, it's my first 4-drop. I have no 4-mana card, so for curve reasons it's nice to have a 4-mana spell. But also this is really good. I don't have too many citizens here. Well, 6 out of 13, almost half, and some token generating too. So there's a decent amount of them. Plus this just, generates you citizens if it can attack without just dying outright. Soloist is also pretty good. Would be worth the splash, but the Darling is the better one here. Alright, so this is, if I'm going to make the splash happen, this is not that good. It's like a, I don't know, 5 or 6 drop where you get a 2 or 3 drop from your deck. It is a 2 for 1, but a 3-1 stat line is bad, and if you ever cast this just for the body, green, white, red for 3-1 is totally not great. So I'm interested in either the Jewel Thief or just this thing if I want to splash for the red, but I don't know. It's actually quite tough because I kind of want to splash for this, but also I don't need to. I can just take the very good 3-drop here. And yes, this does mean my 3-drop slot is pretty crazy here. It's got a lot of stuff. Especially if I'm taking the Gathering Throng now. Alright, this is now tough. First of all, I have already 25 cards, but a couple of them are lands though. Am I gonna splash for this? This is my only red card most likely. Oh man, this is tough. Could just take this one. Okay, I'll take this one and probably ignore the red. It seems to be the case. And here, okay, Capenna Express starts to be interesting now that I have a bunch of 3-power creatures. A Warm Welcome is fine. I think I'll take the Express now. Might work in this deck. Alright, so what else? Another prize fight, another 2-drop. I'm not going to take another one of these things. Do I want to have a 2-drop here? Might actually need to. The prize fight is fine though, but I don't have a lot of big creatures, so I think I'll take the 2-drop here. It's not very exciting, but whatever. I took it. Alright, so initiate. Do I have any means to increase the power of this creature? I don't think so. So another Express, a Warm Welcome. I don't know, I'll take this for curve reasons. I'm very unlikely to play 2, but I might sideboard into 1 maybe. Okay, do I want to have another buy a silence just in case I need to sideboard? Yeah, I think that's good to have in the sideboard. I'm not going to main deck 2 of them. Alright, sure, let's have an early drop here. And I don't think I'm gonna play the red here. It's just a green-white deck now. Let's take a Jackhammer anyway, just in case I want to like splash into it or something. Yeah, that's an interesting card. You can just make your opponent not block. You can think of the best case scenario. I mean, the thing that this can always equate to is that it's a 1-mana equipment with equip cost of 1 that says the creature can't be blocked, because opponent always has the option to not block it. Is that a good equipment? Maybe for some deck it might be, and of course then the opponent can just start blocking, either jump blocking or maybe even block with something that has like 3 toughness and you have to sink 3 mana to this thing. So I don't think it's completely unusable, but it's a very situational card. Okay, so yep, I'm cutting the charm here. This does quite a... Well, I don't know. Getting the 2 tokens is actually quite interesting in this deck, but I guess I have only 2 cards that really care about it that much. This also cares about having multiple creatures enter. But I think because it's my only red card, it's not worth it. So what does that mean? This gets me still a mountain and forest. Well, I don't need that, but this can get me a forest or a plain. So this is basically the mana fixing for 2 colors. basically like Evolving Wilds, which gives you a land. Sorry, a point of life. So definitely gonna play this thing here, and then that leaves me 4 cuts to make. Capenna Express. How many 3 power creatures I have? Because I'm interested in this thing if it can be crewed for 1 creature. And of course, if I draw any of these Gathering Throngs, I will have, things to crew this with. So I'm gonna play at least 1. I'm not sure if I'm gonna play. Oh, Patch Up. That's totally nonsense hero. I don't need it for anything. So this is a 3 power creature. This is a 3 power. These are 3 power creatures, and the Socialite can be a 3 power creature. This equipment probably not going to main deck. It can be sideboarded in. Don't think I need multiple of these Sword Jacks, and this does benefit. I mean, I have 10 citizens, but I think I can cut one of the Sword Jacks. My other 3 mana creatures are going to be better. So I'm trying to see if I can play 2 of these Capenna Expresses. There's also the Civic Gardener at 3 copies. But I do want to actually curve out with this deck. This doesn't have a very strong late game. If I let someone to have a good late game, I mean, if I can let them go to late game with a healthy life total, they can have easy time to just stabilize and finish me off, because I don't really. This deck doesn't do much else than attack. I do like to have a couple of these 6/6 for that reason, because I can see a situation where I have these gardeners not able to attack just because of the opponents having something they can block with. But do I want to? So this is 1, 4. That's only 5 2-drops. I think just for curve reasons I need to keep these gardeners. Yeah. Alright, so I think I'm going to cut another Sword Jack. Out of these 3-drops, it's the one I'm least interested in having. I want to have the pump spell, and I think the strong arm will be also increasing the power of my creatures might be very important. And the Bio Silence, Knockout Blow, and the Hold for Ransom and Prize Fight, those function as removal. So I have to be able to push through with these creatures with the few removal spells I have. But I have some big things. These are 6/6s. This is a 6/6. These can make my creatures bigger. And the total citizen count is 8 now. Not so great for the Darling of the Masses, but it actually does pump the relevant citizens here. So these things becoming a 3 power can actually just mean the difference between being able to attack with them or not, for instance. And of course this does pump out citizens if you can safely attack with this. Alright, so this I think is going to be the deck. I will also be only playing best of 3 drafts for now, because with the you get those certain kind of points that allow you to maybe get to a qualifier weekend. So I don't have to play premier drafts just to rank up to get to a qualifier weekend, because I do prefer the best of 3 mode. Alright, so this is a totally reasonable hand. Even if I miss out on the 3rd land, I can play all these 2-drops, and one of them is a flyer. Opponent also seems to be mulliganing the 6. Oh, opponent is also playing for the 6 card deck. As you can see, 7 in hand, 39 in deck. That's a 46 card deck. So they kept 6 cards. Yeah, it's worth just starting with the Pegasus, hoping they don't have a removal right away for it. Another green-white. Okay, they can connive with that thing, so it becomes a 3/2 if they discard a non-land card. It's a fine 2-drop. You don't always want to be discarding non-lands, but sometimes when you need the stat increase, it's a nice option to have. If I'm lucky, I draw an untapped land because now I have a chance to. I mean, if I draw. So this thing does only things if it deals combat damage to a player if I had 2 or more creatures enter the battlefield. So now that I drew a land here, all I need is to, draw another untapped land, and all the remaining ones in my deck are untapped. Oh, this is also a fine one, but I can play these 2 drops and then of course. Although I might want to save until I get to play the Rumor Gatherer, I can get multiple cards. Well, that's actually interesting. And I'm not going to block with the Overseer now. Okay, they might have the red 1-mana removal spell. No, they don't. Because I have these 2/2s I can block the Informant with. And I can have now, I have 4 power in the air. I'm definitely winning the race. So how do I do this? Okay, that's actually... I can't cast this turn, sadly. But next turn, another creature... Oh, this doesn't work the way I wanted it to. So if I play this and then some other creature, this won't trigger, for the second time. They will only trigger from the... It doesn't say that whenever the second creature you control enters the battlefield. Yeah, so this doesn't count itself. So I think it's pretty easy now to just, because I drew the forest, just play the Darling of the Masses and attack here. Because that, of course, will, also, make creatures enter the battlefield when it attacks. So. Yeah, I could have just played the Gardeners and draw a card, but I think this is the better way to do things. They will have a 5/3 coming up very soon, so I won't be able to attack with the Darling right after that, but I still have my flyers in here. So next turn I can draw a card from the Pegasus, no matter what. If I draw actually a Plains here, I can... Okay. So it's good to have them for the family here. It's definitely good. Because there might be some tricks there. It could also be just a kill shot, of course. But I have to play a creature pre-combat because this is a damage trigger. So this will give me 1, token. So I'm gonna do it like this. Don't actually need the white for anything. Unless I draw a white card I wanna cast post-combat. So... Problem with this is, of course, that... No, I don't have an untapped land even. Okay, fine. This is okay. Let's do it like this. Let's not make it too complicated. I'm expecting there's some kind of trick or removal. But now we'll see what happens. Okay, so at least I get the trigger from the Darling of the Masses. So now 2 creatures will have entered the battlefield under my control this turn. And the Parkhite Pegasus won't be able to... No, it has Trample, so definitely. And I might even save it. It is worth it. It's definitely worth saving it. Because it will get +4/+4. It also has Trample, so I get to, deal, what? 5 damage Trample over. Yep, it's worth it. And they lose now the shield counter there. And I do draw a card now, which I would have done anyway. I can now get my white producing land here. So of course this looks very good now. If you look at my board here, and they have 2 blockers. If they drop a land, they can have a 5/3 and a 1/1, but only one thing in the air. And I'll be able to draw more cards. Not from the Rumor Gatherer. Oh, actually also from the Rumor Gatherer. Okay, that is held for ransom. So they didn't have the 5/5 land, or they didn't want to use it. Alright, so that's... I think I should be winning now. Because now I actually... Oh, but this won't be able to attack anymore. Alright. So that's not how it works. Because I could have played this and then this. This would be the first that enters the battlefield so that the Rumor Gatherer sees it. And this would have been the second one, but it's not really a big deal. I mean, I will be able to do this anyway, like this. And this, so my Parkhite Pegasus will be drawing a card now. I get to scry. Capenna Express, probably worth it. It is. So I'll just attack with everything, right? Yeah, alright, easy. This is super easy, of course, because they don't even have good blocks here. I get to untap a thing here with the gardener. Does that matter? It could be a land. I haven't played a land this turn. Okay, let's do it. I don't need to care about, getting these triggers. I'm of course just winning unless the opponent is going to have a mass removal. With that said, if they do have a mass removal spell, I think they go down to what, 1 life, because this will trample over 1. Oh, this is lethal. No, they can block with the 3/2 here. Yeah, they must block. Oh, but this is lethal because this will trample over 1 damage. No. Yep. So I will draw the card now. Yeah, they are 2 actually, not that 1. So yeah, this is the classic situation. The format has wrath effects, including just, a 4-mana destroy all creatures. So is there even any sense playing the Civic Gardener? Because what is the scenario in which I'm not gonna win on the next turn? They have to deal with the flyer or gain life. And I have multiple ground guys here still. But I suppose I'm not gonna play around with Wrath. Also, that gives me a card which is, a pretty huge deal. Didn't even realize that I can cast it now. Yeah. So yeah, if I realized I drew a card from that thing, I would have just slammed this there. So the only thing the opponent can have now is a Wrath effect, which they don't have. So it's already over because my flyer is lethal. Alright, so I think this deck did what it's, designed to do. Just play ground guys and no, also flyers, of course, but just curve out. Like in limited, quite often curve out and keep the pressure up with, pump spells and some removal effects. So that's exactly what I did here. Did I see something that makes me want to sideboard some specific things, like a Broken Wings is in the deck? It doesn't kill this, it only gets rid of the shield counter. So not really a good trade there. Just have to churn through the shield counter. I think 1 Biosilence is still okay. Do I want to have a Gilded Pinions? It's actually quite interesting with the Gathering Throngs, but I'm not sure if this... What is the card I want to get rid of? Maybe the Biosilence still could be. Because it seems like I can... Looking at the cards they have, yeah, they have this 1 flyer, but I could actually use some flyers of my own. Yeah, I didn't see a good target for the Biosilence, so I'm going to actually make a trade. I'm going to play the Gilded Pinions and remove the 5-mana exile effect. And that's it for now. Let's see if I learn something from the next game, and if it goes to game 3, if I want to adjust my sideboarding. Okay, so I'm getting no 2-drop, but just there's no way. Oh, they actually let me go first. What is this? So there's no 2-drop here, but I have this great 3-drop here, and the mana works. I can have the Capenna expression. I wouldn't. It's quite likely that I will be able to attack with it on turn 5, because I only need, some creature, and I have an additional draw happening now. I got a couple of removal effects. They have that thing. This time, if they make it into 3/2, I might block with this, because I otherwise have to start taking a bunch of damage. But let's see what I draw. So Overseer drawing me another land. Yeah, I know I have the knockout blow, which I could use, but I'm going to play the Express on the next turn, most likely anyway. So it's just worth not, starting, because I'm not winning this race here with the 2-power flyer against this thing and whatever they're gonna play this round. So, well, definitely now I'm not going to. I would have to trade with the Crier anyway. So this is really easy block here. They have something. Oh, they could have the first strike. There's a 1-mana first strike +1/+0 and isn't it? And Scry. Yep, Daring Escape. Would have been nice to get the, 2 for 1 there, but I'm still gonna have to tap out for the... Well, I don't have to, but it's just, you know, the most reasonable thing is to tap out for the Capenna Express. Then if I still continue drawing all these lands, I can play on turn 5 both of these two, and this 2 mana spell and this 3 mana spell. I'll take now 4. Of course, being at 21, it's no big deal. But yeah, that's a lot of lands. I kept 4 lander and have drawn 3 land and 1 spell. Okay, well that is exactly fantastic. The perfect draw here. Now I won't be having trouble with the, you know, this gives me gas. That's basically draw 2 3-1s. It's for 3. That's no joke. And that, you know, the perfect thing is that that allows me to crew the Express. Now the thing is, I might have to still be defensive here. I know I can play the hold for ransom here, but do I even want to? I know I can use these for 1 mana on the fixer, so maybe I'll do that. Yeah, I will wait with the hold for ransom for now. Opponent is stuck at 3, so this might just, you know, they might never get to 7 mana here. Or at least not anytime soon. The game good dragon, of course. If they answer the Express, that's... Yeah, I don't have very good attacks in that case. They can of course trade with these 3-1s, and now that they are stuck at 3 lands, which that means that they do have a lot of spells in their hand, so they can, you know, deal with all these 3-1s for sure. Okay, that thing gets death, that's alright. They can't attack with anything else than the flyer actually, because the Express can just, you know, obviously block as a 6-6. So yeah, I'm not too excited about. So they can even, well, not now, but they can give this death touch. Am I going to start raising here? I could attack for 9. One of these 3-1s will trade. Sure. I'll attack for 9. If they take 9, they can go to 13, and then they have a pretty good attack back. But no, I can attack just for 6, of course. But I will get some life from this thing at some point, so maybe I'll just, you know, I'll start aggressing here. They will get 1 life per turn with the life linker. Now they do that. And I'll just play this, and they might, you know, remove this 3-1 and attack for, what's this, 8 damage. But I would be at 8 still with the 2 removal spells in here. And of course I have 2 tapped 3-1, so if they, you know, tap their team and use all their mana to deal with this, I have a very good attack coming up. Alright, so do I want to get rid of the death toucher? I think I'd rather just get rid of the 3-2. This prevents the most damage, and I do have these removal spells if the death toucher is some kind of a problem. Now I'm at 11, they go up to 14, and I have here, well, these removal spells, and yes, this will gain me 2 life. That's annoying. That's really annoying. I think that will be held for ransom. Sadly though, they can just use it. Oh man, these lands. I really kept a... Okay, well, I have drawn, what, 5 lands in this game? And then 2 of the cards from that left my deck was from the throng, so I'm at 26. So yeah, 5 lands, 2 spells. I have drawn 2 spells in this deck game. Alright, so... Okay, so this thing is annoying because yes, I can pacify it, but then they can use it for treasure anyway. And they actually might want to have it, so I don't know if I want to do that. I think I'll just... Since I don't... I mean, yeah, I'm not attacking with these 3-1s here. I'll just do it like this. I'm of course not going to win this game if I just don't draw something else. I think the 1-6-6, they can just keep jump blocking that also. Should I hold the Sky Crier for ransom? I don't like them gaining the life all the time, plus. It's also evasive creature. But of course I can kill only one of these. So they'll attack with everything. I will block the initiate. I used the knockout blow on something else. Yeah, I think I need to. Well, I don't need to, but I will do it like this. Yeah, I need some spells here. Opponent has 3 lands. I have 9. That's a difference of 6 cards. Of course, I needed some number of these 9 lands, but I don't need like the lands number 6, 7, 8, and 9. They are just. Well, maybe 6 was that 6 and allowed me to double spell, so maybe the 7, 8, and 9 are unnecessary. Okay, they're gonna. Yeah, so there is the threat of activation for this thing. I could, block there, and then they might give it double strike. I don't care about that. I won't be blocking this. I'll take 2 here. If they really want to use mana to deal an additional, they can do that. So they're gonna use this death touch option here. Well, I have the knockout blow for that, but let's draw a non-land. Well, that is the kind of. This can also destroy an artifact, which is the Gold Hound. If this targets a red creature, yep. Yeah, gaining 4 is, I think, unnecessary here. I could attack with both of these throngs here, but I don't necessarily want to tap this. Yeah, I'll play it a bit safer here. I'll do it like this. And then I will respond to the initiate activation by using the knockout blow, because it does work on a blocker. This doesn't trample, so I won't be able to deal the damage there. But and I'm assuming the fixer is gonna block the throng there. Yeah, well, that doesn't block yet. Oh, if they have the fight spell, that could be bad. Well, I mean, it's still a fight spell, because they have 2 mana thanks to the Gold Hound here. They have 2 mana thanks to the Gold Hound, but I don't really think. I just try to do this and see what happens. Okay, it all worked fine. And now I'm at 11 life, so I'll just play this thing. Suppose I might play the land as well. Don't have any connive in here. And I will destroy target artifact here. So now this is pretty trivial to win from this point, unless they actually have the frat. And now they have the double white for the frat. Well, let's hope they don't have it. There are also some damage dealing rats, but of course with the 6/6 around, that's not gonna work. I suppose the Capenna Express does survive the destroy all creatures thing. So this was a flood versus a slight mana screw, but then again they did have 3 lands and they had all the 3 different kinds. Okay, that is gonna give them jump blockers, not going to matter to me. They can sacrifice treasures to gain 1/1s, but I mean, once they're gone, they need to find some other ways to deal with my 6/6 things here. Yeah, drawing the Gathering Throng, that was a thing that saved me from all these land draws. Okay, so how does this work? I can't crew with the 2/3 here, so it would be nice to blitz this, give the Throng some counters, but then I'll need to use the Throng for that thing anyway. So I might even. I don't need to blitz anything. I actually do it like this. I don't need to haste on here. So I'll just make this into a 4/5. And I will attack with a 3/1. Although. Then I could lose the throng just to. Oh, that might have been a mistake. Because they can block the throng with the 1/1, I lose it. I would rather use the throng to crew the Capenna Express. But then they have the jump block. I think it might be still worth it. Because they take 6 and then 6. If they lose, How does it go? They can have 3 blockers. Okay, they just don't care. But that I mean, I wasn't slow playing. It was an interesting decision there. First of all, I should have done the decision before, because I somehow didn't realize that they can't just throw one of these 1/1s on the throne. So yeah, I think if they sack 1 treasure to deal with the throne, they are still facing 2 6/6, so they have to jump block at least one of them. Yeah, well, I think I was gonna win with this board anyway, but I'm not sure how I should have done that turn. That might have been a mistake. Maybe I should have blitzed or something. Anyway, that was match number 1. Alright, I guess the deck has only 5 2-drops, but this is, I mean, I'm gonna keep it. Hopefully, this is a 3-color format anyway, so there are some aggressive decks, especially black and red, with blades, playing a part in that too. But I look at this hand. This is a very good hand here now, so I hope I don't get punished, and I didn't. So now, how does this work with the Rumor Gatherer? I think the Jewel Thief is just gonna be the first. Okay, they just drew this because they could have played this earlier. Alright, so I'm gonna play the Jewel Thief here now. It has Vigilance and Trample. Vigilance being super relevant for the Capenna Express. Also, now that I have the treasure here, that is going to be a threat of activation for this. So even if I have all my creatures tapped, while this is untapped, and they are, figuring out attacks, as long as I have a treasure, I can just make a 6/6 blocker here. Oh, this is really good too. So now that I... Wait a minute. So, of course, 2 4-drops. Both are very good. So if I play this... I can't draw a card from this thing on the next turn. Unless I draw like a 2. I guess I can't attack with this. I don't really care about checking the treasure anytime soon. Let's just do this because this will give me, more 1/1s. And of course, they might have just a removal spell on it, but I guess I have to churn through them. I have a 6/6 and another 6/6 here. This I would like to draw a card at some point, but let's see. Strangle, very good removal spell, doesn't work against the... Okay, they do that, and why would they fake? Because they want to use the treasure for something? I'm not even... Let's see what happens. Why would they use this? This has to die. Okay, yeah, now I understand. That works. It's still, I still... They use 2 cards to deal with that thing, so it's, that's fine. They get a treasure from that thing, but it's not a big deal. Alright, so... I could just play my 6/6, actually. I don't need a treasure here. I'll get to exile the Gold Hound, sure. Well, no, it's a destroy, but whatever. Could also destroy the treasure, but hey, that one is a treasure too, so it's a strictly better option. They can always sack this to get mana. So, any more removals? They have played 2 removal spells. So yeah, the Gatherer... So I need to draw 2 creatures to get a card out of the Gatherer. But the Scry is still fine. This is a 1/1 that, can become a 2/1. Alright, so nothing much to figure out here. Just attack for 6. And then I won't be playing the Gardener, maybe? Well, I'm gonna play this thing. I'm just thinking about if I want to get at least a Scry from that. I'm gonna leave a mana for the prize fight. That might also, be relevant. That gives me a treasure token. So yeah, I could even, have a surprise blocker if they played a creature pre-combat. But why would they play a creature pre-combat? Maybe if it's a blitz creature. So I didn't want to play this because I want to at least have the Scry from it. The 2/2 might not be super relevant. Yeah, it's not. Opponent has 4 cards in their hand, so I don't need to rush to win this game. I can get a bit of value from the Rumor Gatherer. That might be more Okay, so the a better thing in the long run. But yeah, this thing taps for one. Okay, let's see what happens now. If they attack with both, I can if I want to. Okay, they just... Alright, so now what they have available is basically 4 mana for instants. Well, of course for sorceries, but they can't cast sorceries now. So how risky is it to prize fight right now? Murder doesn't work. It requires double black. There could be a bounce spell. That's bad. I don't wanna risk that. I just don't wanna. And now... I think now I won't be greedy to draw a card from this thing. This is gonna be fine. I will play this and the Gardener, and that leaves me mana up for the prize fight, and I can crew the Capenna Express, and now I still get the scry out of that thing. Unless they respond with their removal now. So another Express. That's interesting, but I suppose with the prize fight giving me a treasure token, I might want to have another one. It's something I could have scryed to bottom in this case, but I feel like I don't mind having another one of those. So now, of course, the opponent is facing 12 damage here, and I have if they have some nice tricks, I have a nice, counter trick of my own here. Double block there. Oh, I try to kill the thief here. Let's see what they have. That's getting dealt 3 damage. Damage can't be prevented. Alright. So if I prize fight, and yeah, I'm gonna do it like this. They have a priority because this is also usable on the opponent's turn. So yeah, I was going to kill the 2/4, so this takes 3 damage, and then up to 2 damage more. This still survives, they lose everything, and it's pretty much game over at that point. So Gold Hound, light them up. So these kind of cheap, efficient things are there. They have also this aggressive start capability with these 1-drops. So do I need to be like more defensive? Did I ever find a kill shot? I mean, I saw multiple kill shots during the draft. I just never picked them, so I don't have them. So High Rise Sojak, it is, the reach part doesn't matter here. So it's a 3 mana 2/3. Can't say I'm too interested in that. It is a defensive stat line, but I think my 3-drops are. Yeah, I mean, I'm never gonna, despite these things having 1 toughness, I'm never gonna cut them. I could see not playing the Biosilence though. So maybe if I don't play that and I can have a... Well, I guess the High-Rise Sojak is the best option. The Broken Wings can kill Gold Hound. Not exactly worth it. I think this is fine. Yeah, let's cut the 5-drop removal spell because I didn't see anything too, troublesome that I need to deal with. Especially if it costs me 5 mana and gives them a treasure, which is not, not nothing. Okay, now I get a 2-drop into 3-drop. Hopefully I don't draw any of these Gathering Throngs before it's my turn 3. Although, do I have to discard the hand size if I get both of them? I can get only one and then on the next turn get the other one. But let's see. I play a land and a 2-drop, land and a 3-drop. I'm on the draw. So yeah, I will be drawing a card, going to 7 and play land. Go to 6, play the Throng. Go to 5. Yeah, I guess I can get 2 of them more. Okay, Fairy Vandal. If they have a Connive, they can just kill it. No, kill it. They can just... okay, they can just... make it grow in size. Alright, so I have to discard a thing here. Well, it's not gonna be... It's tempting to discard it for the family, but it's actually one of my castable spells here. I could discard a land, but that means that the 6-drop isn't gonna come up anytime soon. It's obviously not the Throng. I like this because this has the 4-mana option, not gonna be the strong arm either. I have to just, I don't know, this counters some of the removal they have. I think I'm gonna be greedy and discard the land. That could backfire if I... Oh. I'm gonna offer the trade here, I think, by the way. I mean, that backfires if I don't draw any more lands here, because I have the 6-drop in here. But yeah, I'm gonna offer the trade, and I'm not even going to use the 4th family here to save it. I'm not gonna be in a situation where I get 2 creatures entering the battlefield. This is just fine, and this is just fine. Now, what is not fine about this situation is that the 1-1 is of course perfect in dealing with a 3-1, but I still got 2 of these. And I can use the strong arm to give this thing 2 counters, make it a 5-3. Once I draw 1 additional land. Devil as well. So this thing gets... okay, this can be risky, very risky. Okay, so of course I don't draw the land, but I did discard. It was a risky thing to do. But I'm gonna do this. Maybe I get to scry something. Plus these strong arms, I can just bleach out at 4, which gives me more land draw, potential land draws, which helps me get towards the cleanup group. And it's not like I'm in big trouble here now, because this thing, well, they need to... How easy it for blue? Okay, that... I lose the scries now, but whatever. I mean, blue, black, and red. How many multiple creatures can they... I'm not too concerned about this card. Now, I did draw a land here. I think I'm just going to blitz this thing now, just to draw another card. I know they can have a removal spell on the Gathering Throng here, but then they use a removal spell on the Gathering Throng, and this strong armor is gonna be a... I mean, turn into a card anyway. So there's not much point attacking with it. But then again, why not? It's not gonna survive this turn. Yeah, I can try to raise a bit. Let's see what happens. They jump block. Or use that for fake your own death. Oh, that's a bit too sweet for them. I'm gonna discard a Gathering Throng here. But yeah, that was a good turn for them. They also get treasure there. Yep, I didn't kinda... But then again, I just needed to deal with this anyway. The fact that they get another discarder wasn't so bad because I had this, you know, kind of irrelevant throngs in here. And now I'm going up to 6 mana. Alright, Capenna Express. Well, I don't think I need it for anything. I'll just play this as a 4-5. Yes, I've seen worse. 5 mana 4-5, not the greatest stat line, but it has very nice utility. You know, it can give the counter to someone else, and obviously it can also be blitzed for 4 mana. Alright, so I get to play my cleanup crew, I don't need 4 life, I think I'll just get rid of the treasure token. Attack first, I do have the 4th family here, so if they have some tricks here. So how risky it is to... I mean, if they have a counter spell, then they do. So, gaining 4 life, I'll just rather get rid of this. Who knows, maybe they have a 7-drop in their hand. Could exile a card from graveyard, but not sure if that's relevant. It can be. This color combination definitely cares about the graveyard, or can care about it. But getting rid of the treasure seems like the most interesting option there. Alright, so if I draw an untapped land, I can double spell with these things. If I draw a spell, that's great. I guess I can draw my 1 tapped land, the one that fetches. Okay, they have a... I assume they have a way to sacrifice the cleanup crew, and that's super annoying, but I'm not dead at least. There's something I need to keep in mind. Okay, but at least this thing isn't gonna die. And now they are down to... Oh, and that's great. They are down to now 1 card in their hand. So that wasn't as bad as it might have been. First, I will play this anyway. If it's a land, I can maybe play the Capenna Express. Do I need... I'm at 11, I'm not going to need any blockers here. So I can take whatever they're gonna deal here. If they have another steal effect, what did they... Target creature, they can take the 4/5. I have even a jump block option there. Yep. So this is gonna, you know, pressure them quite nicely. Next turn I can play the Throng, which can crew this thing. If I played the Throng now, that would have been able to leave me up mana for the family here. Okay, so they have, whenever they sacrifice one or more other creatures. Yeah, trading with the 1/1 is... It's a possibility. This of course has trample, I'm not gonna block that thing. Because the way to lose this game is if they have something like these sort of effects, or blitz effects. I don't think I'm winning on the next turn. Oh, but I am if they... Yeah, I can make them... I can force them to jump. Yeah, okay, no blocks here. So, it seems like they have an effect of some kind there, but now, of course, I am having a 12-point attack in here. Okay, this is really good. So I can play all these cards, so I might as well look at what I draw first. Plus, I want to have actually 4 creatures on the battlefield, so that this will be a +4/+4. Alright. Is there a force spike effect in here? I don't know. Let's play the land just in case. And this forces the opponent to... I think I have... Yeah. I haven't scried anything, there's no reason to shuffle the deck, so decline. So if I'm going to make an all-out attack here... Well, I guess there's a sequence of cards and draws. They might have to, you know, still win the game, but I at least make them have it. They have to use whatever is in their hand if they don't, or they have to jump block. If they jump block the 6/6, this is the 4/4 +4/+4 isn't gonna be enough. Okay, so currently I'm having a lead. I'm assuming because they jump block the 4/5 that they are having some trick, and now I will be able to win the game with for the family here now. They will kill the strong arm, and I will be able to deal 12 to them because of this being +4/+4, and they are currently taking 8 here. I don't want to do it before they use whatever they have there, because they might have, you know, anything that kills, makes the attack non-lethal. And if they just, you know, pass priority, if they just jump block the 4/5 instead of the Capenna Express, that might mean they have a 2 damage effect there coming up. Okay, so they're clearly thinking about doing something. So they have something for sure. I mean, otherwise they would just block the 6/6. And I do hope they are using whatever they have right now. Could be like the +4. It could be the +4/+3. No, then they would have still blocked the Express, I think. Okay, so they did that thing, and now they are gonna use some kind of an effect to finish off the strong arm, which I allow them to do. I'd rather, you know, try to keep the Inspiring Overseer alive if I need a blocker. There is a world where this gets, you know, multiple power doubles. I don't know, maybe cantripping into something. It's very unlikely, of course. Okay, so they just jump blocked for some reason the 4/5 and not the 6/6. So they actually could have been at 6 life if they... Well, whatever. That happened. I won. Alright. I'm on the draw, but I have you know, both colors, 4 lands, 2 drops. Fine stuff. And yep, I'm gonna start with the Park Heights Pegasus. Because it has evasion. No counterspell. There is a 2-mana counterspell in this format, but this is just too valuable if it gets to start beating from early turns. Alright, so sadly no another white. It's still okay though. At least I can play a 2-drop and keep up mana for the you know for the family. So this is just 1/1, and when it is in the graveyard, they can make a fish unblockable thing with it. Sure. Okay, is the Pegasus going to die? I don't remember all the things in this format because while I did read the spoiler through a couple of times, it takes always some time to be able to anticipate play. So they use this thing which says that tap target creature and they get to draw a card. It doesn't untap. They sacrifice the creature. So that's basically a divination. They draw 2 cards and my creatures won't be able to attack on the next turn because they won't be untapping, which is totally fine because I don't really. I mean, I miss out on 4 damage, but they also have no board presence here. Alright, so okay. I could do the strong armor thing, but I might even want to have the. I mean, I'm not even going to benefit from the counters right now, so I'll play this and have mana up for the family. And that is my second white. So I can play the Rumor Gatherer. I might just play this on the next turn anyway. Although could play the Gatherer while having mana up for the prize fight, which is a bit unnecessary now though. Alright, so this is. Oh yeah, I have this in my deck. Maybe this shouldn't even be in my main deck. But then again, the opponent plays some crazy bomb and I'm very happy to have this in my hand. Alright, so how do I do it? I'm trying to figure out if it's more valuable to. And this thing, by the way, untaps also lands, so I can. What can I have? I can play the Rumor Gatherer pre-combat and I will have 3 mana. It's kinda irrelevant though. But I do care about having this survive. So I think I have to use for the family here. This also, trambles, so I'll get a nice, +4. I get to trample over now. So let's just do this, and no need to untap a creature. I'm assuming they are gonna block the 2/1 trampler now, and I'm gonna use this now to push more damage and I still have the Bio Silence if they have a problematic blocker there available. That doesn't do anything. And of course this thing, yeah, my hand is really decent for this situation. And of course, look at this, I have 4 creatures to their none. That is usually a pretty good spot to be in. That's of course because they, tap out. They tapped out on turn 3 for what is basically a divination. So this is allowing them to artifact, instant, or sorcery will be getting exiled. So no reason to. I mean, I would have to sacrifice a creature to prize fight. This is fight, not a bite. So it's just not worth. Yeah, they can. I think they're gonna take the prize fight away, and the Bio Silence will still be in my hand. If there was only the prize fight in my hand, then I would have, used it to trade maybe the Civic Gardener here. But since they're gonna get a card anyway, there was no point in responding there. The strong armor though, what does it do? It does depend on what I draw, I guess. Oh, they'd rather not give me the exile effect. When that dies, put a sealed counter on a creature, sure. Okay, so that was just a. I mean, I kind of want to just rather blitz it because then I can use the prize fight on the same turn. Yeah. I get to scry from the Rumor Gatherer. And I will target the Trample Flyer. That gets some counters, and then I will have a useless land. And then I can use the prize fight before letting them to block, but of course the brokers. Are they forced to block? Yes, they are. So I can just kill the Larcenist there, and then they have to. Is this a. Is this a lethal attack? I mean, It is. Sorry about me being a fool once again. They can jump block a 2-power creature. They take exactly 6 here. Yeah, okay, they were tapped out, so I could have just done all that very fast. But yeah, it is the strong arm just introduces basically 4 power of hasty attacks. So that is something that can in situations like this really matter. Alright, so blue and black and white. Is this the Obscura? Yes, it is. Flyer. Another flyer. I don't have a lot of artifacts instant sorcerers, but I have 2 artifacts in the deck, Capenna Express. So let's see. Yeah, 2 artifacts, 3 instant one. There's a total of 6 cards that thing can hit. So it can also whiff. So how do I do it? Do I need like the bias? They wanted to get rid of this. Should I keep in my deck in that case? I'm also sort of interested in just having like a 2-3 here. I think I'm going to cut again the 5 mana thing and just have a creature. The 2-3 actually sizes up quite well against what I saw there. Also blocks their flyers. And it is a citizen, so it does get the pump from the Darling of the Masses, I suppose. Okay, don't know if I want to have the Broken Wings. I will just, do this sideboarding and I guess I have won both previous matches 2-0, so I haven't really had the option to, re-sideboard during a match, but maybe it'll happen now. Although with this starting hand, Pegasus in the throng here is really good. This is of course a very powerful starting hand, so let's see if they can put up a fight. Okay, that is very sad. I think in this case I might even, because the cleanup crew is such a nice one to have in the end. And of course I'm not going to get rid of the throng here. Or a land, definitely not a land. Yeah, I think the decision is between the cleanup crew and the prize fight, but I'm not sure if I need the prize fight, so I'm just gonna do it like that. And yeah, drawing a land is not bad at all with the 6-drop and the 4-drop, but then again, of course, this does need another forest. But now if they have more of these officials, I think I might be able to get rid of planes. Okay, that gets me my second green at some point, but maybe on turn 5, because I have a clean curve out here. So let's just do it. So I had to discard a card, but now I get 2 cards. So yeah, these throngs are really interesting. They're not really, they don't size up very well against this kind of stuff, but it's still pretty good. So Darling of the Masses, these are, by the way, citizens, but so if this dies, they get a sealed counter in here. I mean, a 1-1 with a sealed counter is a lot, less troublesome than something else. I think I might just do it. They can get the sealed counter on a 1-1. It's not really going to contribute that much. They get an additional, because this 1-1 was good against the throngs anyway. Alright, so don't like the fact they played nothing there. Not sure if I want to play the Darling of the Masses. It is really good though. They might have a draw 2 effect too. But a kill spell and a counter spell, they are likely scenarios too. I'm gonna pay a little slow here. I am expecting them to have something, so I'm gonna just play a throng this turn, and then they have that. Oh, that's also something that just have to deal with. And then yeah. Well, now that they did that mid-combat, I should just play the Darling here. Change of plans. I was gonna play the tapped land and a 3-drop, but now let's do this. This is not even a citizen, so I didn't even miss out on travel damage by not playing this pre-combat. Let's see if they can deal with the Darling, and they can deal with it by just playing something that can block it profitably, or they can just Yeah, take action on top. Sure, I will redraw it. No big deal. They don't exactly have a lot of pressure coming up. So this gets me a forest because I have a third plains. And they don't have anything for this yet. Unless I want to exile something, I can always just get 3 life, of course. So now they have good blocks on their... So do I want to... Yeah, if this had more power, I would... Because they can block with a 3-2 and a 1-1. But now I can't. This basically trades with the Mage's Ascendant. Not what I like. I'm gonna play this and gain some life. That is an actual citizen. Yeah, so it does get the pump effect from the Darling. Guess I need my Capenna Expresses. That way the throngs become useful. They won't become useful otherwise. So they have multiple jump blocks on this thing. If they have a removal effect... Oh, did I just say I want to have that? Yes, I did. So let's attack with the 7-6, see if they have to jump block or they have a way to deal with it. Could be a kill shot. That shield counter gained them 7 life. That's actually pretty irrelevant. So Capenna Express. Now they have to block a 7-6 and a 6-6. And I have all the 3 ones. There's no reason to... Yeah, there's no scries or anything, so let's just decline this to save time. Yeah, no reason to shuffle the deck. They sack that to draw a card. And, well, they have only 2 power in the air while I'm at 17. So I'm not too concerned. And now I have 2 big things they need to deal with. Okay, they actually... Okay, what does that mean? The Swooping Protector isn't... That's a good one too. Because that could give the counters to the Darling of the Masses. But I don't like the fact they... I don't like the fact they have all this mana untapped, because the Strong Arm can be good also in multiple ways, and I don't want to miss miss the value of the counters by them having some kind of an effect there. So what I'm doing here is just crew this thing, because of course I could make this into a 4-6 and start attacking, get 1-1 tokens and all that, but for now I will just see what they're gonna do here. I need to make them use their cards. That is triple block. So I mean, if this goes like this, I'm very happy, but I'm expecting them to have something like the... Well, whatever. Let's see what happens. That is going on top of my... I mean, that's not gonna... Oh, this actually went like this. That's insane. That is insane. Well, I guess I'm gonna play this thing as a... Just play it as a 4-5. Yep. Another big thing they need to deal with. Yeah, them losing all this stuff to trade with the crew here is really good for me. Yeah, the run out of town is it doesn't permanently deal with troublesome things. It's a fine card because it is a 1-for-1. If the opponent chooses to put the card on top of their deck, they miss out on basically the draw step they would have had. Okay, they have a Rogue's Gallery. That is a really decent one. That's a return 3 things from you. Oh yeah, then I have to discard this. But at least I get some value from the Darling of the Masses now. I'm not gonna attack with a Throng because it's needed for the crewing of this thing, but... Yeah, that was a good one. Definitely a good one. Getting 3 creatures, all different colors. So their triple block was now a lot better for them. But at least they have to take 6 or do some kind of jump blocks here. I got my 1-1 here. And they have a... This has 1 toughness. Okay, all the stuff they have 1 toughness. And I don't really... I mean, I had to discard this, but it wasn't such a big deal in the end. I basically need 1 to crew this thing. The other ones... the other copy isn't that great against all the 1-1s they have. But yeah, this thing comes with a shield counter. This, can get them a shield counter, but they are all 1 toughness creatures that, doesn't prevent me from attacking with all this. And this thing says it connives. When they discard, okay, so when this dies, they get the card back. Alright, it's a good one. So definitely this is a more difficult game than the ones I have had earlier. Oh, they have another Rogues Gallery. Oh, that is really... I mean, they're gonna churn out... I don't have, much card draw except for my couple of flyers. So I think I might need my flyers here, because they're gonna get another Rogues Gallery. Oh yeah. Well, this is... oh yeah, this is exactly what I needed, because... Well, even though they have a flying blocker there with the shield counter. But anyway, I get to draw a card here. Any point? Okay, I'm doing this because I do care about the card I draw here. Another Express, not a bad one. So, if I attack with the Darling, they will be blocking with the Toulouse. But I mean, there's no way... I just have to grind them out. They will get more creatures back. It is really annoying, but that's just how it goes. It is a 3-mana spell at least, so it's a tempo loss for them. Well, I'm gonna crew this. That's what's happening anyway, and I'm gonna crew it with a Throng here. And now I will decide if I'm gonna attack with the 2/4 Darling of the Masses. The thing about the power pump is that it's not that necessary. I will get a 1/1 token, which is still fine here. If they block with this 2/4, I guess they can block with these other things, but no, then they will die. So fine. I'm gonna do it like this. I get 1 more token here. And then they are gonna trade there, jump there. They're gonna save the veteran because they want to use the shield counter, which makes sense, of course. But I can have here, 2 6/6. The Capenna Expresses, they are... it's actually quite funny how good they are, because whatever they're holding here, it's not that great for them dealing with the 6/6s. And I can crew one of them with the Gathering Throng and the other one with the 1/1 and the 2/1. And I can still attack with the 4/5. So they have to face an attack that involves a 4/5, a 6/6 and a 6/6 while they're at 7 life. So all these, value they've been grinding might not be enough because I've had just the bigger creatures in here. If they use a 3-mana sorcery, that leaves them only 3 other mana or a 4 if they have a land drop. But yeah, this is a 4-mana spell, so they can't really very efficiently, add to the board. Even though they can add cards to their hand and win the very long game if this goes to very long. But there's just the thing that I'm pressuring them way too much. They are thinking I will pause the recording for now. Okay, so they chose to cast Rogues Gallery targeting the Toulouse official and the attendant. This time I don't have anything to discard. So they can probably add only 1 creature to the board. How are they going to... Yeah, that gives them a jump block, but that's all it does. I might even want to attack with a 2/1 flyer now that they don't have the flying blocker up. But let's see what I draw. Well, it's a perfect draw here, because what I can do now is I can attack with a 2/1 flyer and still crew all that stuff. So I think this is going to be I mean, can they even have a good block here anymore? This is just too much for them to handle. Look at all these. I have a 6, 6, 6, 6, 4, 5, and the 2-1 flyer means that both 6/6s are lethal. They have to just block them, otherwise they will die. And they can, okay, they can do that, but that means also they don't get benefit from the shield counter. And they are, oh, they just, you know, made the double block that, and well, like I said, they would have needed to block both 6/6s. Alright, so Capenna Express, I didn't use the treasure option. We had this card in the previous set too, the blue one in Neon Dynasty. Wasn't really good, but I think especially the fact that if you get these Gathering Throngs, this is a surprisingly okay card. And the fact you can use a treasure token in some decks, especially, it can be a lot more valuable than it was in here. So if I learned something, Gathering Throngs, well, they are very decent. I kind of knew it, but now maybe I will be picking the first one in a draft much earlier, because if you get like 3 of them, it is really valuable. And the Express was something you should consider maybe if your deck kind of suits for that. But yeah, this was I think it was my 4th draft, so I no longer record all the drafts, and I'm not going to upload daily drafts, but I'm still uploading them a couple of times a week. And like I said, I will be playing only traditional drafts. Maybe I will play some ranked drafts to get some seasonal rewards, but these are the play-in points. You need 20 of them to cash in for free to a kind of a qualifier. So that's the way to kind of get an invite to a qualifier weekend without, grinding the ranked ladder. And if I can avoid playing best of 1, then I will do that. So it will be traditional drafts from now on only. But even though I'm not recording all the drafts I do, if I record a draft, I will, upload it. So I'm not gonna cherry pick the drafts that if it goes, badly, then I'm not gonna upload it. My first draft in this format went 1-2. Then I had 2 other drafts. They went 2-1 and 2-1, and this is my first 3-0. It happens to be the first one I record, but that's it. That's how it goes. My previous deck was also green-white. It was really good, but the opponent had also a very good deck in the finals, so I didn't get the 3-0 there. Is there anything else to say about the deck? Well, inspiring overseer, really, 2-1 flyer, card draw, and the 1 life can matter. Really good. I don't know, maybe the Bio Silence shouldn't have been in the main deck. It's maybe more like a sideboard card. I'm of course talking this in perspective of best of 3 draft, because it's such a clumsy effect. And if you remove like a 3-mana thing with it, it's not bad. You even give a treasure token to the opponent, and some decks actively, synergize with treasure tokens, so you don't want to give them a treasure token when they can get some very good benefit from it. So I think this is more like a sideboard card in future, and I shouldn't have played this in the main deck. Maybe a better main deck card could have just been the Gilded Pinions, because this deck, could have used some flying capability. If the opponent gets to get enough blockers in the ground, I might be in trouble. So yeah, and this thing, it just seems pretty fine, especially if you have these 2-mana 2/2s. You can just make them into 4/4s, kind of hastily, and draw a card, or you can just play this for 5 mana and still give the counters to someone else. So this is probably a pretty decent card in this kind of low curve decks. But yeah, it's enough talk now. I will learn more about the format later on, and I will see you in the next draft in a couple of days. Thank you for watching, and well, maybe I should just see how the play-in points are looking like this in here. And yes, they decreased the gem price in traditional draft 3-0 result, which is fine to me, because I like that now there's a reason to play. If you are 0-2, you can still win the 3rd match and win a few more gems, because there's now a difference if you finish with 0 or 1 wins. I take the 500 gem loss here for the 3-0 results. I'm happy to get the 3-0 result anyway. If I get 500 gems less for that, it's fine to me. But yeah, I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.